Thank you, Aaron, here in Arlington, Texas, getting set for this Big 12 matchup as Baylor takes on Texas Tech. Both fans have made the trip to just outside of Dallas as we get set for an old-fashioned shootout here in Texas. Welcome inside Cowboy Stadium here on this Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend as we get set for Baylor taking on Texas Tech. And hello everybody, I am Justin Kutcher. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, Baylor's coming off their biggest win in school history, knocking off #1 K-State last week. Together with Stanford, they turned the college football landscape upside down. We now welcome in our Heisman Trophy winner, Eric Crouch. Eric, when you look at last week's win for Baylor, it wasn't the fact they beat #1 K-State that was the biggest deal for them.
It's because they got win number 5, and today it'll be win number 6 to become bowl eligible. How do they do that? It's on offensive depth. They've got the players to mix it around and throw the ball all over the field. So the defense has really got to play well today to make that happen.
You look at the numbers they put up last week against Kansas State. Their rushing numbers were unbelievable. 3 picks against Colin Klein. So we know Baylor is playing to become bowl eligible. Texas Tech, they got off to a great start. Then they've been decimated by injuries. They're bowl eligible already. So what are they playing for? Well,
we talked to quarterback Seth Dagey, and he said redemption. They're playing because last year they lost to Baylor. They were embarrassed last week against Oklahoma State. So he has to take it upon himself, on his shoulders, to take this offense and win this football game to gain momentum going into bowl season.
You see those numbers, 35 touchdowns on the season for Dagey. With these two teams, you know it's going to be all about offense. We are in Texas. That means it's going to be a shootout here at Cowboy Stadium. It's Baylor, it's Texas Tech, and it's coming up next. Chaos reigned across the nation last week as the two teams on top of the BCS standings fell from the ranks of the undefeated. 7 days ago, the Baylor Bears made history. Today, they're in for a Lone Star State shootout against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. It's Fox College Football, live from Cowboy Stadium. And we are inside of Cowboy Stadium, getting set for this one. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker on a beautiful day in Arlington, Texas. The head coach for the Baylor Bears is Art Briles. People have seen a lot of him over this past week after that victory last week against Kansas State. And for the Texas Tech Red Raiders, it's Tommy Tuberville in his 3rd year at the helm of the Red Raiders. He will become just the 5th coach to take 3 different schools to a bowl. Texas Tech won the toss. They elected to defer, so Baylor will receive. Kramer Fife will kick off here for Texas Tech. Antoine Goodley and Daryl Stoneham are back deep. Daryl Stoneham will take it from the 1. Stoneham up the middle. Gets up to the 22-yard line. Excuse me, that was actually Darius Jones on the return, a 21-yard return for Jones. The starting quarterback for the Baylor Bears is Nick Florence, replacing Robert Griffin III, and he has done an unbelievable job taking over for RG3.
Yeah, you're right. He said RG3. I mean, it's really all you had to say, and he's done a spectacular job coming in, taking over the reins for the Baylor Bears, and really picking up where they left off and throwing the football and spreading around the field. He's a great athlete. He's got a strong arm as well.
He'll be joined in the backfield here by Lake Seastrunk. Had a big game last week against Kansas State. Levi Norwood on motion on 1st down. The handoff is to Seastrunk. And Seastrunk with 2nd effort will pick up 3 yards. Tackled by Dartwan Bush. Well, we know about Nick Florence. We know about RG3. How about somebody else we should know about on this Baylor team, Darius?
There's another special player on this team, and that's wide receiver Terrence Williams. Right now, he leads the country with 151 yards receiving per game. He's just 145 yards shy of setting the single-season record for Baylor. You really want to know how good he is? As head coach for Texas Tech, Tommy Tuberville, he compares him to a name we all know, and that's Justin Blackman. So definitely an exciting player, number 2 to watch for Baylor.
That's right. Terrence Williams, a finalist for the Bolitnikoff Award to the best receiver in football. Florence to pass again, going deep. And guess who it is? It's Terrence Williams on cue.
And Terrence Williams, that big receiver, and they've got to respect the run. You saw Florence give the flash fake to the running back, Seastrunk, and then he just beats his defender deep, gets over the top. But Texas Tech is going to stop that today. They can't let him get by.
It's a 41-yard completion. Next play, a handoff here to Lake Seastrunk. And Seastrunk picks up 4, tackled by Jackson Richards. This Baylor offense will move very, very quickly. As a matter of fact, they take about 18 seconds from the time the ball is blown dead to the time they snap it. So you cannot look away. 2nd down and 6. Again, it's Seastrunk trying to cut it back. And Seastrunk gets a yard, tackled by Kerry Hyder.
That's going to be part of Baylor's philosophy today. They're going to mix it up. They're a very balanced football team. They can strike really hard in the running game, and as well, like you already saw, they can get you deep in the passing game. So you got to be ready for everything today from Baylor's offense.
3rd down and 5. Glasco Martin now in at tailback. Florence to throw, gets pressured, and he gets sacked. Delvon Simmons.
And Delvon Simmons using his speed and his strength to wreck through there and hit Florence. Florence kind of held the ball a little bit too long, and that's what created that sack.
Aaron Jones now on for a 42-yard field goal attempt. And the field goal is wide right. We talk about that quick strike offense for Baylor. They cannot do what they did last week against Kansas State and get on the board early.
Can't see the hold, but the kick just sailed a little bit wide right. And Baylor really needed to put some points on that first drive to get a quick start. You'll see the kick again. Not a good start for Baylor.
It is now Texas Tech ball, starting at their own 25-yard line. Seth Dagey in the shotgun. Kenny Williams motions in the backfield. Dagey over the middle, and that pass is hauled in by Jakeem Grant. A pickup of 5. The numbers on Seth Dagey, those are his career numbers. He's been an offense that likes to throw the ball.
Wow, 65 touchdowns. That really stands out right there.
Dagey again throws it to Darren Moore. And Moore, with that second effort, picks up the 1st down. Broke free the tackle of Joe Williams, the reigning Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week.
You saw they went in that empty formation first, and they motioned out. What they're trying to do there is see what the defense is going to give them. So down the road, they know what plays they're looking for.
1st and 10. Dagey, play action. Taking the shot towards the sideline, goes up top, and it's hauled in by Eric Ward. A 17-yard completion to Ward. He is the go-to receiver for the Red Raiders.
We talked to Seth Dagey. He told us he is not afraid to go vertical. You can see Eric Ward here on the outside, just goes up and jumps for that ball over Joe Williams. The athletic ability and the focus and concentration to come down with that football.
1st and 10 for the 49 of Baylor. Dagey again to throw, completes it near side to Jordan Davis. And Davis marked out of bounds at the 40, picks up 9.
You're going to see 2 high-powered offenses that like to move fast. Seth Dagey likes to spread it around. They're that dink and dunk type offense, but you got to respect the deep ball.
Passing for the 5th time. On the run, throws low, and that is incomplete. Was looking again for Davis. Bryce Hager applied the pressure. Eric, you talked about these teams liking to get the ball, snapping it quickly. You look at them. They're 2 of the top 3 teams in the Big 12 who run the most offensive plays.
Yeah, they do it the best, and it's so exciting to watch, and that's why today you're going to be excited to see a lot of big plays with these offenses.
3rd and 1. Play action. Daggy with some time, taking a shot down the field, and just overthrows Darren Moore. But a flag is thrown. Chance Casey and Sam Hall on the coverage.
Pass interference, defense, number 25. 15-yard penalty automatic. First down.
And I thought this was a great fake by Seth Daggy, but what better coverage than Chase Casey and Sam Hall had on this play. And I think it was that arm just kind of late that you see right over his shoulder, but to me that wasn't pass interference.
It looked like maybe he got that other arm, which did not allow him to reach for the ball. So it's 1st and 10 from the 25 of Baylor. The quick pass to Moore. And Moore gets up to the 19-yard line, picks up 6. Chance Casey and Sam Hall combine for the tackle.
And Darren Moore is such a big part of this offense. He's a big receiver that they try to get the ball to early, get in his hands, get warmed up, let him make a move on the outside, and bull rush those little defensive backs over and try to pick up extra yards.
2nd down and 4. Kenny Williams in the backfield. We have yet to see a handoff on this drive for the Red Raiders. Daggy with some time. Out of the pocket. Now a run for the 1st down to the end zone. Touchdown. A 19-yard touchdown run by Seth Daggy.
And Seth Daggy, he's not your running quarterback. This guy's going to throw it 50 to 60 times a game, but when you have that much green in front of you, you take it. You saw his speed to the end zone was just enough to get that touchdown.
Ryan Buston on for the extra point. Seven to nothing, Texas Tech. Seth Daggy, 5 for 7 on the drive. 41 yards in the air, 19 on the ground for the touchdown. He wears number 7 because of Eric Crouch. He looked like Eric Crouch. Fox College Football is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Back here at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas. 7-0 Texas Tech leading Baylor. It didn't take long. We did not lie. Just 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go 75 yards. 7 plays, 6 of them pass plays. The last one, a 19-yard run by Seth Daggy for his first rushing touchdown of the year. Kramer Fife to kick off with Darius Jones and Antoine Goodley back deep. Jones drifting back to the goal line. Jones has some room up the middle, and he gets tripped up as he gets the 30 mark down to 31, but a flag comes in. Our referee today is Tom Walker.
For the return, holding, receiving team number 81. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Time now for the Taco Bell impact players for the Baylor Bears.
And you see Nick Florence, he's going to have a great day today. He's got to get to that 6th win. He's got a rifle for an arm, and Coach Ryle says he's a class act. Terrence Williams, he's 145 yards to break that single season record set last year by Kendall Wright and Bryce Hager. He plays without fear. Watch how he shed blocks today. Keep your eyes on number 44.
With that penalty, the ball moved all the way back to the 12-yard line for the Bears. Lake Seastrunk in the backfield. They hand off to him up the middle, nowhere to go. A 1-yard run tackled by Sam Aguavin. How about the keys to the game on this side of the ball?
Well, why Baylor was so successful in winning against Kansas State was because they spread the ball around. They got it to the receivers and the running backs. Texas defense, though, has to stop the run. That's one thing that they're going to have to do to be successful today.
Especially when you think about what Baylor did last week against Kansas State. 342 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns in the game, both season highs. On 2nd and 9, Florence pressured again up the middle. He'll try to run for it. And he gets tackled by Delvon Simmons. A loss of 1.
You can tell right now that Texas Tech is being physical up front. They're trying to get to the quarterback, and they do. They get to Nick Florence. They've already got him a little bit rattled right now. So is Baylor kind of looming from the emotional high of that big win against Kansas State last week?
3rd and 10. The Texas Tech fans making some noise here on a big 3rd down for Baylor. Play clock down to 5. Florence completes his pass to Lanier Sampson. And Sampson very close to that marker. And he does have the 1st down.
This read right here, you can see just reading the corner. Number 4, the corner, he backs all the way up. That's an easy read for Florence to get the ball out to Sampson for the completion.
A big 3rd down conversion for the Bears. Hand off to Seastrunk on 1st down. Seastrunk breaks a couple of tackles, has some blockers down the sideline. And Seastrunk is in a Texas Tech territory with a 29-yard run. Cody Davis finally forced him out of bounds.
And that's part of their plan. They need to come back to this running game. That's what made it successful last week. They need to build off that. You see the moves that he has. You see the agility that he is displaying right there. And then he followed his lead blockers up the field to pick up the 1st down.
Glasco Martin now comes in at tailback. He takes the handoff straight up the middle. And Martin gets up to the 43, picks up 4, sets up 2nd down and 6, tackled by Donnell Wesley.
Well, it's kind of funny to me that everybody thinks about the offense right now in the throwing game, but what Baylor brings to the table is the rushing game and how powerful they are in running the football.
They average over 300 yards throwing, over 200 yards running. It's Martin again, trying to get low, keep those legs churning. And he'll pick up 3, tackled by Sam McGuavin.
Texas Tech today is going to have to really be strong and physical up front and get the hands off the linemen to make those plays.
False start here against Baylor.
False start. Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Spencer Drango now goes from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8. They converted just before in a 3rd and 10.
We just had a little bit of momentum there in the running game and throwing the football, and then you come back and have a penalty.
And this is a big drive right now and a big play for Baylor, because in this type of a game, you can't fall behind too much.
Not when the other team can score fast, it will.
You kind of expect this game to be that back and forth exchanging touchdowns. It's kept by Florence. And Florence gets tackled on a beautiful open field tackle by Bruce Jones.
Well, Florence made the right read. He just gets outside, and it's great pursuit by the Texas Tech defense. And what a great tackle of taking the legs out of Florence by number 24, Bruce Jones.
4th and 6, on to punt now is Spencer Roth. Austin Zazalik is back deep. Zazalik lets it go by him, and that will go into the end zone for a touchback. It will be Texas Tech ball from the 20. Texas Tech comes up with a defensive stand. They'll take over on offense, leading 7-0 when we come back. Beautiful day here in Arlington, Texas. I believe this should be the 8th wonder of the world, Cowboy Stadium. Seth Daigle in the shotgun, empty backfield. On 1st down, a pass again. That may catch you by surprise as Eric Ward picks up 9 yards. How about the Taco Bell impact players for the Red Raiders?
Well, impacting this game already is Seth Daigle. He's going to make some good decisions, and what I like about him is he has phenomenal pocket presence. Darren Moore leads the team with 68 receptions, and he knows how to use that big frame of his as well.
A look over to the line. Calling the audible here is Daigle. 2nd and 1. Handoff, Foster. And Sadale Foster has the first down.
And back to the impact players here. We didn't get a chance to talk about the safety, Cody Davis. He's the field general out there on defense. Watch him today because he will rarely miss a tackle. He's pretty sound.
1st and 10 here for the Red Raiders. Kenny Williams now in the backfield. Moore on the catch. Nice move. Cuts inside and up the field. 11-yard pickup. Another first down. Mike Hicks there with his 2nd tackle of the game. How about the keys to the game on this side of the ball?
Yeah, we talk about Texas Tech's high-powered offense. They have to get vertical today. Stretch the Baylor defensive backs and push them off the ball so they can get the underneath plays. In Baylor's defense, go beast mode. They have to be physical fighting with these big receivers.
Another pass, this time coming near side to Marcus Kennard. And Kennard gets 6. Sets up 2nd down and 4. Once again into Baylor territory, leading 7-0. 5 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. Hand off to Williams. Williams bounces off a couple of guys, tries to get forward, maybe gets a yard. Gary Mason Jr. there for the stop.
See Williams, he just runs into his own guy there. Got to do a better job of getting his eyes up and finding the crease instead of running into the back of your player.
3rd and 4, empty backfield once again for Texas Tech. Foster now in the backfield in motion. Daggy to the sideline, and that one is caught. Eric Ward laying out, picks up 12. Another 3rd down conversion.
Well, you see there's some crossing routes in the middle of the field, and that's what pulls those outside linebackers away. So it's one-on-one matchup on the outside. Great throw by Deggy, putting it on the money on the outside, allowing his receiver as the only one that can catch that pass.
Whistle before the snap, a timeout taken here by Baylor, as this Texas Tech offense is doing essentially whatever they want, leading 7-0 here in the 1st.
Baylor. First charge of the half.
7-0 1st quarter. Texas Tech leading Baylor. That last play was under review. That could have been the reason why Baylor and Art Briles called the timeout to review the play. But the play will get the ruling here from Tom Walker as we take a look at this Buick Human highlight. You make the call. Is it a catch or an incomplete pass?
Reminder, the band may not play when the play is imminent. You must shut down.
Okay, so we got the mic there for the band. They cannot play as the play is imminent. Mike Pereira, it is ruled a catch. What do you see on that?
Yeah, I don't see enough to reverse it. That's the thing. The ball did move a little bit, but he didn't lose possession. The hand stayed on the ball, so I think you stay with that as a catch.
All right, that's what they stayed with, and now a handoff to Sadale Foster up the middle for 6, tackled by Bryce Hager. 2nd down and 4. A lateral, and now a pass from the wide receiver, Michael Brewer, the backup quarterback, and that one is nearly picked off in the end zone. Chance Casey was in the end zone against Eric Ward.
Wow, and as well as they're doing offensively right now, really no need to pull out the trickery. And you see the throw, the pressure that was put on them forced the short throw. They almost had an interception. That pressure was by Bryce Hager.
Michael Brewer, the backup quarterback, made the pass. Now it's 3rd and 4 from the 31 of Baylor. Daggy, his pass over the middle is complete to Moore, still on his feet. Darren Moore breaks a couple of tackles up to the 5-yard line. A 26-yard completion on 3rd down and 4.
And that's just taking the ball and throwing it to your receivers on a quick pass and letting Darren Moore, the big body, do the work. You saw what he did down the field and breaking tackles, so there was poor tackling on the Baylor Bears defensive side of the football. But he's a rumbling guy. He's got a lot of physical attributes that a quarterback will love to have as in a receiver.
6'4", 215 pounds, coming off a monster game last week against Oklahoma State. One of the only positives, as Joe Williams is now being helped off the field. Williams, he had that big game against K-State last week. 11 tackles and 2 interceptions.
That's not a good sign there for Baylor, having some early injuries.
1st and goal from the 5 now for Texas Tech. Handoff, Williams up the middle, touchdown. Fifth rushing touchdown of the year for Kenny Williams.
And the offense is performing to perfection right there. And you see, on the drive, they spread them out. So you have to respect the space. And when you give them space, that really opens up your running game. A great job by Kenny Williams, just taking the ball and running straight in the end zone.
Ryan Buston on for the extra point. Low snap, good hold. And it's 14-0 Texas Tech. A couple of big 3rd down conversions. And then Kenny Williams from 5 yards out makes it 14-0. 14-0 here at Cowboy Stadium. Texas Tech leading Baylor. They follow up a 75-yard scoring drive with an 80-yard scoring drive. This time it took a little bit longer, though. 3 minutes and 34 seconds to run those 10 plays.
Wow, you look at the time that's put into this. It's not a lot. They're very explosive on offense. But Baylor's really got to come through with this offensive drive and put some points on the board.
Kramer Fife to kick off. Antoine Goodley and Darius Jones. Back deep, a short kick. Goodley takes it at the 16. Runs into his own man, now breaks it outside. Still on his feet down the sideline. And he finally gets forced out at the 46-yard line. A 31-yard return for Baylor as they trail by 14.
Look who's back.
Again?
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
We can see you, Carl.
We can totally see you.
Come on, you're better than this. All that prowling around.
Yeah, you're the king of the jungle.
Have you thought about going vegan, Carl?
1st and 10 for Baylor. Seastrunk in the backfield. Florence drops back into the shotgun. Handoff, Seastrunk up the middle. Nice move to the outside, still on his feet. And now Seastrunk gets wrapped up at the 47 of Texas Tech, picks up 6. Tackled by the middle linebacker, Will Smith.
Well, you can understand how big of a part he is to this offense. You saw his quick feet right there. He just made a quick little move. He got to the outside to make a guy miss. That's what they need more of on this drive.
Seastrunk was a big-time recruit out of Temple, Texas, went to Oregon. And he transferred here to Baylor. And off again is to Seastrunk. Look at him run inside of everybody and pick up the 1st down. Zach Winbush with a tackle. Made himself nice and small.
He did, and most running backs have to just put their shoulders down and pull forward. We see him make a lot of quick little steps in there and still get up the field.
Seastrunk has come into his own his last 3 games. Play action, Florence taking the shot, goes up top to Williams. And Williams gets tackled inside the 5, down at the 3. Eugene Nebo on the tackle, but not before a 39-yard completion.
It almost sensed like Texas Tech got kind of lulled asleep a little bit by the run and left a little bit of an opening there to make that big play in the secondary.
1st and goal from the 3. Handoff up the middle. It's Martin into the end zone for the touchdown. Glasco Martin had 3 touchdowns last week against Kansas State. Picks up his first here today.
Well, like we said, Baylor can strike fast, and it didn't take them long there to score that touchdown. A few runs to try to establish some good yardage, and then that big pass in the air, and then now this run on the ground, so Baylor's back.
Aaron Jones on for the extra point. We may have the previous play, the touchdown by Glasco Martin, reviewed. Was the knee down for Martin before the ball crossed the plane? Watch his knee. There, it's down.
Yeah, this one's going to come back for sure. But either way, it's exactly what Baylor needed on this drive. And in this first quarter of this game,
again, watch the knee, the right knee. He's down there, then he reaches forward.
might come back a whole yard, maybe even 2.
The official's Tom Walker. The replay official is Jim Blackwood. I'm hearing rumors that this ball's going to be placed at the 1-yard line.
Well, keep in mind that
After further review, the runner was down on the 1-yard line. It'll be second goal on the 1-yard line.
I tell you what, I've got some pretty good sources.
Well, you're going to get a lot of fight out of Baylor. You know, they're trying to pick up that 6th win, make themselves bowl eligible. They needed this tremendously because if Texas Tech gets the ball back and it's 14-0, there's a possibility they could give up very easily.
Well, they're not in yet. 2nd and goal now from the 1. Lanier Sampson's not even in the huddle right now with his teammates, standing the near sideline. Jared Salubi and Glasco Martin in. The handoff to the up back, and it looks like he got stuffed, Glasco Martin. 3rd down is coming up. Blake Dees on the stop.
Well, on the goal line, this is a physical time because you have an opportunity to stop them here, but this is where it gets tough. You got a foot to defend the goal line. It's a physical type of game right here.
Again, it's Martin. Again, he's getting stuffed. So 4th and goal from inside the 1. I think you have to go for it right now if you're Baylor.
Yeah, you do. You have to go for it. But credit this defensive line for pushing the line of scrimmage backwards. I mean, that is more than a stalemate. That's a win right there by the defensive line of the Red Raiders.
This first quarter is coming to a close. 30 seconds left. You just saw that graphic. Only 5 scoreless quarters all year long here. And a timeout has been called by Baylor. Fox College football continues next as 8th-ranked Stanford tries to clinch the Pac-12 North as they battle 17th-ranked UCLA in a possible preview of the Pac-12 championship. Coverage of Fox College football continues next right here on Fox. Well, right now we've got ourselves a situation as Baylor thought they had a touchdown. It was ruled that Glasco Martin was down at the 1, so it was 2nd and goal from the 1. After a couple of stops, it's 4th and goal from the 1. Glasco Martin is in at tailback. Florence in the shotgun. Handoff, Martin up the middle. This time he's in. It took a couple of more tries, but the result's the same. There is a flag, though, after the play.
After the play, personal foul, defense, number 91. 15-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff. Touchdown.
And Justin, you could almost see that they were going to run the football. The receivers were so spread out. One of them's not even on camera here. So I think they knew that they were going to run the football, but a great job of the line getting push. Running back Glasco putting his head down, knowing where that goal line is, and powering it in.
Glasco Martin with his 10th rushing touchdown of the year. Aaron Jones on for the extra point. And it's now a 14-7 ball game here in the first quarter. We told you it'd be a shootout. We weren't kidding. Couple of running backs, Glasco Martin, Lake Seastrunk, talking things over, saying, all right, we got 7 back. We're down by just 7. There was a 15-yard penalty assessed to Kerry Hyder. So now Baylor will kick off at midfield. Aaron Jones will kick off here for Baylor. Jakeem Grant and Eric Stevens are back deep at the goal line for Texas Tech. A high kick into the end zone. Grant will take a knee. It'll be Texas Tech ball at the 25-yard line. For an injury report, let's go back down to Darius Walker.
Just a quick injury update, guys. We saw earlier in that last series, cornerback Joe Williams for the Bears defense. He had an injury in that last series. It was his shoulder, and the training staff tells me that he's questionable. He's going to try to go. But, guys, it looks like he might be in a bit of pain. So that'd be a huge blow to Baylor if Joe Williams can't go.
He is the reigning Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. We have 12 seconds to go here in the quarter, which means we probably have enough time for a couple of scores.
I would assume so. And keep in mind, too, Joe Williams, the injury, had 2 interceptions last week against Kansas State. So that could be a big loss for them in the secondary.
Daigie on first down, taking a shot down the field for Moore. And Moore gets tackled at the 30-yard line.
Well, we just got talking about how the secondary can be affected by injuries. And you see Darren Moore working one-on-one. He sidesteps and fakes like he's going to the outside. And look how much space that creates, that separation from the defensive back and receiver. That's what allowed for him to be so open.
Well, there wasn't enough time for a score, but it was pretty close. Instead of 46-yard completion to Darren Moore, who had 94 yards in the first quarter. 14-7, Texas Tech leads Baylor. Fox College Football is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. That first quarter, 341 total yards, 14-7. Texas Tech leads Baylor. Justin Kutcher alongside Heisman Trophy winner Eric Crouch. Eric, what does Baylor have to do to stop this offense of Texas Tech? Because they're moving it at will.
Well, they need to be more physical in the secondary. And one thing they also need to do is start putting some pressure on Seth Daigie. Get those linemen up in his face, pressuring him, make him make bad decisions and bad throws.
Daigie on first down to that 46-yard completion, and a flag comes in. Gonna have a false start here against Tech.
Offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's against Terry McDaniel. So that finally backs up this Red Raiders offense. Look at those numbers for Daigie in that first quarter. First and 15. Daigie drops back, now steps up over the middle to his running back, Williams. And Williams able to pick up 11. Now second down and 4 as Eddie Lackey made the tackle.
Oh, what a smart decision that was. Had an opportunity to throw it into coverage, didn't do it, did the smart thing, stood in the pocket and threw it to his running back underneath.
And that, having the shoulder pad exposed, that's what slows down this offense. The only thing, really. Daggy lobbing one towards the end zone. Touchdown, Eric Ward. '23-yard touchdown pass, and what a beautiful touch there was on that pass.
Great touch by Seth Daggy. You saw the work that was put in by Eric Ward at the very beginning of that route. He shakes himself free and gets on top of the defender. That's what allows Seth Daggy to throw a perfect pass and catch for a touchdown.
Ryan Buston on for the extra point. How about this start for Texas Tech? 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, all of them at least 75 yards, 21-7. Texas Tech leads Baylor. Another quick strike by Texas Tech, 75 yards once again. A 23-yard touchdown pass to Eric Ward. Kramer Fife will kick off. A straight on kick, and that will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Well, it's been a busy week for Baylor alum Robert Griffin III. He was here in Texas playing on Thursday against the Cowboys. He put out this tweet: back in Texas and on a mission. Well, guess what? He stayed in Texas. He's standing by right now with Darius Walker.
Here with former Baylor quarterback Robert Griffin. Now, Robert, the game isn't going exactly as you would like, 21-7 right now. What do you think about your squad and how they're looking so far?
You know, I think it's a long game, so they're not going to panic. It's something that we always stress as a team here at Baylor. You never panic. You just go out and do what you're supposed to do, and everything will fall into place.
Speaking of not panicking, your quarterback, Nick Florence, he had to come in for you last year to spill you in a game against Texas Tech. Talk a little bit about Nick and what you think he can do as a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy, better person, and as a quarterback, he's shown that he has a talent to be able to do special things. So I think he's filled in masterfully for me, and, you know, I couldn't even be any more proud.
You know, you won the Heisman Trophy last year. You had a Heisman winning season. When you look at the Heisman race this year, who's on your ballot? It's going to be your first vote that you'll cast as a Heisman Trophy finalist. Who's on your ballot this year?
I mean, I can't disclose who's on my ballot, but it's a tough year for the Heisman. There's a lot of great players on teams that don't have the best records, even in this game, whether you got Seth for Tech or you know, Terrence for Baylor. They're having great seasons, but their records don't show it. So it'll be interesting. I'm sure it'll come down between Teo, Manziel, and Klein.
Back to you. You guys had a big win on Thanksgiving. What are your thoughts on Washington and what you guys can maybe do this season?
Well, I mean, it's been a lot of fun after the bye week to come back and have the mindset that we have had, to come out and win games. And have a game like that on Thanksgiving was big, not only for our season, but for our fans and everybody that supports us.
Well, Robert, we certainly appreciate the time. Good luck rest of the year.
No problem. Thank you.
I think Robert Griffin III may want to continue this conversation because they just converted on 3rd down. And now a chance for Florence down the field. Nobody was there. Tevin Reese was the guy he was thinking would be there, but DJ Johnson was the only one in the vicinity. So 2nd down and 10 coming up here for Baylor. But RG3, I mean, what he did for this football team, for this school, he put them really on the map. Florence will change the play with Lake Seastrunk in the backfield. Baylor trailing 21-7. Quick pass towards the sideline. And thrown out of bounds was Levi Norwood. So you heard what RG3 thought of the job Nick Florence has done. Do you think anybody in their wildest dreams could have thought that Florence would have numbers that were comparable to RG3?
No, I don't think anybody would at all. And I think that just goes to credit the type of player that Nick Florence is, the type of leader that he is. Coach Browse said it best. He's a class act. The team just flourishes around him, and he has that presence about him, that quarterback presence, that huddle presence that you always talk about when you're talking about great quarterbacks and the things that they've accomplished. He's a winner.
Florence converts on that 3rd down on the quarterback run. So now it's 1st and 10 from Texas Tech's 47-yard line. And up the middle, it's Seastrunk trying to cut it back. And Seastrunk will be marked down at the 32-yard line, a 15-yard run. And Seastrunk, he thought he kept the play alive.
And I think this was all set up right here by 18. You see the big block up front, getting the linebacker, which opened up that hole for Seastrunk. And he's just kind of fighting there. I think they'll give him a little forward progression. Mark him down.
Glasco Martin now in at tailback. They hand off to Martin, trying to get to the outside. Martin diving forward. And they're going to mark him down at the 25-yard line. 24-yard line, a pickup of 8. Sam Aguavin there on the tackle.
Yeah, you're seeing that typical Baylor offense right now. Spread them out. Get the 2 guys on the outsides. Throw those quick screens. Hit them with the quick passes and the quick runs. That's exactly what they're trying to do on this drive.
Again, it's Martin up the middle. And Martin picks up the first down, tackled once again by Aguavin. You just saw the total yards in this first half. And forget about first half. We're in the first quarter plus 3 minutes.
Well, the yards just continue to stack up for these offenses, and that's really going to be the challenge. It's going to be on the defensive side of the ball.
Florence keeps it, throws up high. It's incomplete. Was looking for his tight end, Jordan Niver. Let's check in with Patrick O'Neill for a game break.
It's all over in Columbus. Last chance for Michigan against Ohio State. This would be an interception. Urban Meyer, in his first year as head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, the final game of the year, they run the table 12-0. Justin and Eric.
What a job by Urban Meyer at Ohio State. Eric, I think a lot of people thought Urban Meyer would do great things with the Buckeyes. I don't know if anyone thought he'd go 12-0 in his first year.
Hey, and I thought he'd do great things, but you're right, 12-0, undefeated. You just kind of wonder why it had to be the year that they were on probation.
Florence rolling out to his right. Throws to the end zone, jump ball, incomplete. Tevin Reese was there, covered by DJ Johnson.
You look at Florence taking a little beating there at the end of that play. But that's exactly what they have to do to kind of rattle him. And you see the ball gets thrown high. That's what happens when you put pressure on your quarterback and get in the face of it.
The pressure applied by Will Smith, so 3rd and 10 coming up here for the Bears. Florence steps up, throws, that one's batted, incomplete. Was looking for Terrence Williams, Eugene Nebo there on the coverage to poke it away.
Yeah, what they're trying to do there's 3 receivers that were really stacked on one another. And he tries to drive that ball. You see him throw a little bit harder, force that throw. That was great coverage out there by the corner.
Aaron Jones now on to attempt a 37-yard field goal. He missed earlier from 42. And his kick this time is no good. He hooks it. The Bears, who are fighting to become bowl eligible. 2 missed field goals by Aaron Jones, and Texas Tech leads 21-7. Back here in Arlington, Texas at Cowboy Stadium. RG3 giving some lessons to Lake Seastrunk about looking at what the defense maybe gives you and what he can do to help his Baylor Bears. He said during that interview with Darius Walker, he kept on saying, we. He hasn't missed out. He still thinks of himself as a part of Baylor, and last night he addressed the club.
Anytime you can take pointers, too, from a Heisman Trophy winner, you get a few of them and you take them.
Daggy pumps on the run, pumps again, tries to escape, gets chased down by Bryce Hager. Able to pick up a couple of yards. Chris McAllister was applying the pressure that forced Daggy out of the pocket. The Adrian Waddle, the player down right now for Texas Tech. Want to change the face of men's health? It's Movember, the time of year when men grow mustaches, raise awareness and funds for men's health, benefiting our Fox Sports partner, the Prostate Cancer Foundation. To learn more, please visit www.pcf.org/Fox Sports. You see a beard there by Nick Florence. My partner Eric Crouch had a beard up until this week. Must have shaved it for Thanksgiving.
That's right. Shaved it for Thanksgiving, cleaned it up a little bit around the family.
Your wife said it's enough of the beard?
Yeah, she was the one that probably... she canceled it on me. That actually just starts itching after a little bit. Probably a lot of guys going through that right now.
I'm still waiting to shave.
Well, you got one hair there.
Waddle is off the field. Jared Castor comes in for him. Castor, number 75. 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Red Raiders. Eric Stevens Jr. in the backfield. Daggy pressured out of the pocket, running with it, slides, and he gets hit hard, and the flag comes in. Mike Hicks hit the quarterback Daggy as he slid. A 7-yard run for Daggy. But we're going to have a personal foul coming up after this, and now some of the guys having some extra words.
This is kind of what you talked about earlier when you asked me the question, what does Baylor have to do? Now for 2 plays in a row, they put some extreme pressure on Seth Daggy. That last pressure was by Terrence Lloyd.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, late hit. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
You know what, and I'm about protecting the quarterback. And he did slide a little bit there. But sometimes when your body, you're trying to defend somebody, I don't know that you can just let up. I think why he got called is because he led with his helmet.
Well, that and he slid.
If he dove for it. What if he were to fake slide and then continue to run? You're supposed to let up?
Play action. Daggy completes the pass over the middle to Eric Ward. And Ward marked down at the 50, a pickup of 5. Sam Hall with the tackle. Second down and 5 here for Texas Tech, who has scored on all 3 of their drives so far. 75, 80, and 75 yards. Those are the 3 scoring drives for the Red Raiders.
I don't wonder if they're going to bring some more pressure now that it's worked.
Daggy facing the pressure. Runs with it, gets a great block. And Daggy dives forward and has the first down. Eric Ward with the block to free up Seth Daggy.
And I'll tell you what, they brought the pressure. They brought the linebackers up in the gaps. But what happened is they just couldn't find the quarterback. And Seth Daggy, you see the big block by Eric Ward on the outside. And Daggy just picks up that first down, lunging forward and picking it up.
Eric Ward delivered the block against Ahmad Dixon. So 1st and 10 here for the Red Raiders. Daggy with time. Takes the shot down the field, and that one is picked off. Sam Hall with the interception.
Well, Daggy was looking for Eric Ward. Just has to make a good decision and not throw it down the middle of the field when there's a safety there.
The 3rd INT of the year for Hall. A big turnover that Baylor needed. Here we are at Cowboy Stadium. Baylor with the ball after the turnover, the interception by Sam Hall. They have the ball at their own 4. Glasco Martin in at tailback. A little confusion getting this play started here for Baylor. Play clock is down to 3. Florence on 1st down, trying to look for Terrence Williams, but he was covered by Derek Mays. Time for today's Aflac trivia question. Who is the last team from a BCS conference to finish the season undefeated and not win a share of a national championship? Do you know that one?
That one's baffling me.
Come on now, Mr. Crouch. 2nd and 10. Martin up the middle. Glasco Martin with a stiff arm down the sideline. And Glasco Martin gets shoved out of bounds by Trey Porter. And a flag comes in as well.
You gotta just love what Glasco Martin brings to the table. You saw some missed tackles out there. One was by Cody Davis. But he was able to use his quickness and his speed to get on the edge and get on the corner. Nice, impressive run.
A 34-yard run for Glasco Martin. And you can see Art Briles coming in to have the discussion.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 2 on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
That's against Terrence Williams. So, a 5th-year senior leader with a costly penalty.
We saw the play before. He thought he was getting held. He was looking for a pass interference. So on this play, frustration sets in a little bit. And he didn't do the smart thing. He's got to get off that block, not drive a guy to the ground and get that personal foul. It's not good for your team.
1st and 10 at the 23. Lake Seastrunk is now in a tailback. Penalties mounting here for Baylor. Handoff, Seastrunk up the middle. Seastrunk cuts it back. He's got a couple of blockers. He's got speed down the sideline. And Seastrunk is finally run out of bounds at the 33-yard line by Bruce Jones. A 44-yard run.
And Jordan Niver again, the guy that sets up the block for Lake Seastrunk. And then down the field, he got 2 guys leading. He got Williams leading to make that block for him.
Now it's Martin in at tailback. He goes up the middle, dragged down, could have been a horse collar, and we've got a couple of flags. Pete Robertson with the tackle, and that may have been the horse collar tackle.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 10. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So not a horse collar, but instead a face mask.
You see Glasgow getting through that line, and there's the definite grab on the face mask right there that the referee saw by Pete Robertson.
Nick Florence, 1st and 10 from the 11. And a timeout is taken by Texas Tech.
First charge of the half.
With 7:58 to go here in the first half. Baylor's marching down, trailing by 14. Fox College Football is sponsored by Chevrolet. From kickoff to the last yard, Chevy runs deep. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by T-Mobile, test drive our nationwide 4G network. That was a ride on Trey, the mascot for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. You've had to hang on so far in this first half. 21-7, 1st and 10 from the 11 here for Baylor. Glasco Martin in the backfield. Florence at the timeout by Texas Tech. Looks over to his sideline for the play. It's Martin again up the middle, bounces off a couple of guys, goes backwards, and he's going to lose about 3 yards. Cody Davis there to bring him down.
Yeah, Cody Davis coming up from the secondary, making a big stop. You see Martin Glasgow, he gets hit right here, kind of turns his back to where he wants to go. You're not going to find the hole turning your back to it.
2nd down and 13 now for Baylor. And really at this point, Baylor has missed 2 field goals. They're down by 14. You have to think they need a touchdown here.
Yeah, expect them to kind of run. They've had success. They're bringing Williams across the field.
It's Martin again up the middle trying to explode. And Martin will get a couple of yards. Zach Winbush on the tackle. Once again, Baylor doing the job on the ground between Lake Seastrunk and Glasco Martin.
That's right. It tells you how high-powered their offense is, that they've got a lot of passing yards, and they're able to run the ball like they do successfully.
Almost 8 yards per rush on the day. Jarrett Salubi in motion, empty backfield. Florence passes, completes to Goodley, and Goodley looks like he's going to have the first down. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be awfully close.
You see Terrence Williams outside. He's the one blocking. See, he's blocking Eugene Nebo, and he's the one that allowed him to almost pick up that first down.
It is a 4th down instead. 4th and 1. Shuttling in is Glasco Martin. Also coming in is Jordan Niver. The Red Raider fans making noise. It's Glasco Martin, and Martin gets stopped. Kerry Hyder with a big stop.
Texas Tech's defensive line has come up big today. Kerry Hyder coming in, Blake Dees coming in and making the stop. What a great 4th down hold for the Red Raiders to give their offense another chance at scoring.
You almost get the sense that right now, as Art Briles went for it on 4th down, didn't convert, that you can almost feel this Texas Tech team putting forth a quick strike and making this almost like a 21-point game.
Yeah, and I think they just didn't have enough confidence. Now, with their kicker, Aaron Jones has missed 2 field goals. They were looking for more points than just 3.
On 1st down, handoff to Foster, and Foster got hit hard by Sam Hall, picks up 7. For an injury report on Eric Ward, let's see what Darius has.
Yeah, during the break, guys, Eric Ward went into the locker room for an undisclosed situation, injury, if you will. He's just now coming back out. Hopefully he'll be able to go. You know, we've talked all game about the injuries that they've seen at wide receiver for Texas Tech, so hopefully they'll be able to get him back in there.
Jay Samaro, Bradley Marquez, Javon Bell, those 3 guys, 3 key wide receivers for Texas Tech. They've been out for 4 games or so. A handoff to Kenny Williams up the middle. And Williams picks up a yard, gets met by Bryce Hager.
You talk about what Bryce Hager means to this defense and how physical he plays. Right there, he put a stick on the running back, solo tackled Kenny Williams, not allowing him to pick up the first down.
3rd down and 2, a huge play right here for Baylor. Can they come up with a stop? Daggy, play action. Throws, wide open is Darren Moore. Moore with a first down up at the 34-yard line.
And Darren Moore, again, he's that big wide receiver. You see him working there. He looks inside with his eyes. That's what he did so great. He fooled Casey that he was going inside and then broke outside, leaving him wide open for the throw.
A 20-yard completion. He's got 115 yards on the day after 140 last week against Oklahoma State. Daggy, delayed handoff, Williams. And Williams gets wrapped up by Bryce Hager. Hager came into this game with 99 tackles. The son of Britt Hager, the All-American linebacker from Texas, went on to play for the Eagles. I think he learned from his dad. Watch this.
I think he learned a lot. I mean, as a physical player, you know, it's hard to not know whether they're going to throw or run the ball. And he came in there and made a great stick. And again, 26 tackles in the last 2 games. I mean, that's just playing lights out football right there.
Eric Ward is back in, bottom of your screen. Daggy on 2nd and 9, taking the shot down the field again. Up top, hauled in by Darren Moore. Taking the chance against Chance Casey. 32-yard completion.
Again, I think they found out who they're trying to attack in this defensive secondary. Casey, Darren Moore, again, just getting by him. This has been the problem for Baylor all day today. They're letting the Texas Tech receivers get past them.
Sadale Foster on the handoff, and Foster picks up 8. Sam Hall with the tackle.
talk about one-on-one coverage. The first thing you learn as a defensive back is not let the receiver by you, especially when you're in a one-on-one situation. That's what happens if you let him get by you.
Second down and 2, 21-7. Texas Tech leading Baylor, and both teams already over 300 yards of offense. There's the proof. Foster again on the handoff, has the first down. Foster towards the end zone. And he does not get in. He's going to be marked out at the 5-yard line.
And Foster here just using his speed. He picks up a really nice block out there by Darren Moore.
Texas Tech, they get over 300 yards of offense with some big plays. Already 6 plays of 20 yards or more. Now looking at 1st and goal from the 5. And again, remember, this drive began after making a stop on 4th and 1 from about the 2-yard line. Daggy, handoff to Williams. Williams will be marked down at the 2. Ahmad Dixon with the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 2.
And what allowed them to get down here, too, is the ability of their receivers to block, even on both sides of the ball. But that is so important when you have receivers that can block on the secondary, hold their blocks for longer than just a split second. That allows you to run in space and get inside the end zone.
Sadale Foster is now running the Wildcat. Foster keeps it, and he slips and falls. He's going to lose a yard. Interesting. You've had so much success with Daggy and at quarterback. You've scored on 3 of your 4 possessions, and now they take a chance, and they go with the Wildcats. So now they're looking at 3rd and goal. A timeout taken here by Baylor with 1:42 to go, and Texas Tech looking at 3rd and goal.
Okay, guys, this kick is for the win. Labels out.
Here we go.
Wait, what?
Our proximity to the field creates a parallel connection between the bottle and the ball.
The outward-facing label simulates a smoother contact surface for the kicker.
It's like magic, only real.
Really?
Yeah.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
21-7, Texas Tech leads Baylor. Our Aflac trivia question: who is the last team from a BCS conference to finish the season undefeated and not win a share of the national championship? It was Auburn with Tommy Tuberville as the coach back in 2004. A couple of first-round picks in the backfield. They had 4 first-round picks on that team. Seth Daggy on 3rd and goal from the 3. And a flag is thrown. A false start.
False start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
LaRaven Clark gets called for the false start.
See 62 right in your screen right here. Clark, he's the one that jumps a little bit early.
I didn't see much movement.
I didn't see a whole lot of it either.
So now you're looking at 3rd and goal from the 8. A failed attempt with the Wildcat on 2nd and goal.
But in this passing offense, maybe that 5-yard cushion might be better for him.
Daggy back to pass. With some time, stepping up. Daggy gets hit from behind and fumbles. Recovered by Eddie Lackey. Chris McAllister forced the fumble. Oh, what a big turn of events here.
And we've really seen this kind of take place from Baylor. They're putting a little bit of pressure on Daggy. He decides to escape out of the pocket, but he's got to be aware of his surroundings. Chris McAllister forcing the fumble right there and giving Baylor the ball back.
2nd straight Texas Tech drive that ends in a turnover. The previous one ended in an interception. Now this, the forced fumble and the recovery. So with 1:33 to go, Baylor has another life here in the first half. They can strike in 1:33.
If you think about the yards that have been put up, we should be seeing a 35-28 game.
Absolutely. Seastrunk in the backfield with Florence. Handoff is to Seastrunk, trying to dance around, not much room to move. Coming up on the Pizza Hut halftime report with Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington, they'll take a look at the big statement made by the Buckeyes. The Civil War in Oregon is on, and Georgia taking on the in-state rival Georgia Tech. Wasn't much of a game. Empty backfield here on 2nd and 9. Quarterback draw, Florence up the middle, and Florence has the first down. Tackled at the 20, 1:01 to go here in the half. Blake Dees with the tackle. A 13-yard run by Florence. The clock runs as they set the ball. Florence throws to Williams, and Williams gets bottled up by Trey Porter. Baylor has just one timeout remaining. A 7-yard completion, 2nd down and 3.
And I like that last draw call that they had. You know, make sure that they cover the quarterback and count for him. If you're not going to, he's going to run for it.
Quick pass out to Reese. Reese has the first down and scampers out of bounds, marked out at the 41-yard line. A 13-yard completion to Tevin Reese, who can flat out fly. A 4.3 speed. Florence again to the sideline, and it's caught by Lanier Sampson for a first down. You'd say it's a 2-minute drill, but their offense is always a 2-minute drill.
That's right. I mean, this is what they do. They do it really well, and you can tell that they've really mastered this quick offense on the outside. Get those passes, being smart as receivers and getting out of bounds as well.
A whistle before the snap. The officials getting together.
The ruling on the field is a completed catch. Texas Tech is challenging the replay.
So they're going to challenge the catch by Lanier Sampson along the sideline. It looked like that toe was down on the left foot.
I guess the only thing that I would say is, did his right foot come down before? Does he have the ball right there? If he does, that's a catch, because his left foot was down before the right.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. There is no timeout for Texas Tech. The pagers are malfunctioning. The replay official tried to page the on-field officials. First down.
Good explanation there by Tom Walker. A catch for Lanier Sampson, his 2nd catch of the game. He now has a catch in 41 consecutive games, does Lanier Sampson. 1st and 10 from the 48. Florence stepping up. Throws low, incomplete. A heads-up play kills the clock, and he took a hit by Will Smith.
And Florence looking downfield, had to get out of the pocket. And you see he takes another hit. He's been getting pushed around and dinged around all day today, and still stands in there and continues to make that throw. And I'll tell you what, Baylor really needs to get in the end zone to make this a 7-point game going into half.
Only 16 seconds remaining. Florence completes his pass, and spun out of bounds is Levi Norwood by Cody Davis. A yard shy of the first down. They only had 1:33 on the clock starting with this drive. Their average time of a scoring drive is under 2 minutes. Only 11 seconds remaining here. Florence taking the shot, wide open. Touchdown Norwood.
And you would think that a play like that right now, Texas Tech would have something called defensively for a deep pass just like this, but nobody covered him. The safety was in the middle of the field, and Norwood just stayed the seam. What a nice throw of keeping Norwood away from the safety by Florence, keeping Cody Davis out of the play.
Aaron Jones on for the extra point. What a drive by Baylor. It started with that forced fumble and recovery, and it ends in a touchdown to Levi Norwood. 93 yards in 87 seconds. A huge, huge drive by Baylor. Tommy Tuberville can't be happy as his Red Raiders, their last two drives have ended in turnovers. And that last turnover turned into 7 points for Baylor. Aaron Jones will kick off. Jakeem Grant and Eric Stevens are back deep. And a squib kick. Taken at the 22 by Grant. And Grant gets tackled at the 25. And that is the end of this first half. 731 total yards between Baylor and Texas Tech. It's a 21-14 ball game here at halftime. Let's take you to Aaron Andrews, Joey Harrington, and Eddie George for the Pizza Hut halftime show. Back here just outside of Dallas, it's 21-14 Texas Tech leading Baylor from Cowboy Stadium. Justin Kutcher alongside Heisman Trophy winner Eric Crouch. And Eric, what a first half from football. We said there'd be a lot of offense, a lot of yards, maybe not as many points as we thought, but a huge play by Baylor to end that first half.
Yeah, there was, and really this is how Baylor got themselves back into this game. You see what Nick Florence does right here. He looks at the safety. There's a safety in the middle of the field. That's Cody Davis. The corner that was circled there, that was Bruce Jones. He's the one that was responsible for getting back to that area. So it's the safety in the corner. And then here, great call by having the receiver do a hitch route. Sucks up that corner, allows this ball to get thrown on the end of the numbers, on the bottom of the numbers for a touchdown.
And our first half stats brought to you by Ford. You look at it, a ton of total yards, both those two turnovers by Texas Tech on drives when they were marching down the field. That last one truly proved to be costly. And look at this. I mean, we talked about the big plays for Texas Tech, but Baylor has just as many big plays.
Yeah, they sure do. I mean, Baylor's that big play team. And I mean, they've had them in the running game. They've had them in the throwing game here, you know, at that last play of the game to get themselves back into. I think that's exactly what they needed confidence-wise. Their line is protecting well. The receivers are blocking well, so expect this to be a high-flying second half as well.
All right, let's go down to Darius Walker, who talked with the coaches.
Yeah, I caught up with Coach Tommy Tuberville, and I asked him, you know, about the end of that second half, and he is completely frustrated with the way that ended for his team. Asked him about the turnovers and the busted in coverage for the touchdown at the end of the quarter, and he said this cannot happen to them. So he is really frustrated with his team. He had a great conversation with them about what they need to do, but he's really a little upset about what's happening right now. Hopefully that won't stay for too long.
Well, his team will get the ball to start this second half. They won the toss. They elected to defer. So now it'll be Aaron Jones kicking off here for Baylor, with Jakeem Grant and Eric Stevens back deep to receive for the Red Raiders. Texas Tech comes into this game 7-4, but they're coming off a loss last week at Oklahoma State. They've lost 3 of the last 4, while Baylor at 5-5, trying to become bowl eligible. They upset #1 K-State last week, and they have won 2 of their last 3 games. Jones to kick off to open up the second half. And that will be taken about 4 yards deep by Jakeem Grant. Texas Tech will start with the ball at the 25-yard line. Seth Dagey in that first half. Yeah, I'd say those are pretty good numbers.
Yeah, 16 completions out of 18 passes. I like that. That's what he's all about. He's that smart player. You know, he's ferocious. He's a guy that's going to put the ball in the receiver's hands and the running back's hands. They had a tight end earlier in the season who was a big part of this offense. For him to get the ball to other players quickly, and that's what I like. He gets rid of the ball fast and knows where to go with it. That's why he's been successful this year.
He's coming off a game 24 of 36, 230 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions against Oklahoma State last week. Already better numbers just in the first half. The first pass of the second half is complete to Tyson Williams. His knee was down, so he picks up 4. How about the glitter on the helmets of Texas Tech right there?
Almost look like it's raining out there. But here's what they have to do. They come out the second half, and we knew it. We talked about it right away. Those quick, short passes to get the ball into their playmakers' hands and make something in the open field happen.
So Dale Foster on the handoff, and Foster has the first down. An 8-yard run by the small 5'7" but strong 185-pound running back.
And I think Dagey appreciates a run here and there. You know, throwing the ball this many times in your offense has got to do something, you know, to your arm late in the season.
1st and 10. Dagey stepping up with time. He'll run with it, and he got caught from behind and hit hard by Chris McAllister. It was McAllister who forced the fumble on the last drive for Texas Tech.
And that's why Seth Dagey is so smart. He saw the coverage, and he knows how important this drive is to come out and score and drive down the field and keep Baylor's offense off the field. He takes a heck of a hit right there, but he's a tough kid. That was a smart play by him just getting up the field and getting down.
Picked up 7, sets up 2nd down and 3. Play action. Dagey, far side, goes up, and coming down with it is Eric Ward. Ward, who had left the game with an injury. He's back, and Ward is...
And you see Ward again working. And what a great throw this is by Dagey to throw it outside. He knows he's got some underneath coverage. He's got to keep it out of his reach, and he did exactly that.
Handoff, Kenny Williams. Williams up the middle, breaks free. Into the secondary, across the 30, up to the 29-yard line of Baylor. A 17-yard run by Kenny Williams.
Little confusion on Baylor's defense right now, throwing the ball, running it, throwing it, going back to the run. You know, you're typically seeing this balanced offense out of Baylor, not Texas Tech.
Both teams running the ball well as well. Again, it's Williams. And Williams gets tackled by Bryce Hager. That's his 6th stop of the game, but not before Williams is able to pick up 8.
It's really hard as an offensive coordinator to go away from the run if you're having this much success. So, you know, right here, I expect that they're probably going to run it a few more times.
2nd down and 2 coming up. Dagey quickly gets to Zuzelik, and Zuzelik has the first down. Austin Zuzelik picks up 6 yards on 2nd and 2. Another first down as Texas Tech is moving the ball here on the opening drive of this 3rd quarter.
But again, I thought they were going to run it, and they came with that quick little pass and faked the little flash to hold those linebackers in for a second, and it worked.
So Dale Foster now into the backfield. Showing blitz is Baylor. Dagey lofts it to the end zone. Incomplete, was looking for Darren Moore. Baylor brought the heat that time against Dagey.
And you see the pressure right here by Dagey. Just from the outside by number 26, Ahmad Dixon. He came into that picture very fast, and you got to be thinking, if you're Seth Dagey, where's that player coming from on this next play?
2nd and 10. Dagey changing the play. Handoff to Stevens Jr. And Eric Stevens Jr. gets tackled by Lackey and Hager. Eric Stevens Jr., a guy who tore his knee last year had to have reconstructive surgery. His coach, Tommy Tuberville, thought he may never play again. This is a big-time return guy his freshman, sophomore years. He has come back this year to be a key component for this offense. 3rd and 8. Can Baylor come up with a stop?
The pressure's been working. They're showing the backers up in the line right now.
Dagey steps up. Dagey diving forward, and he's going to be short of the first down. Tripped up by Gary Mason Jr.
Similar to what we thought here, is maybe they're going to bring the pressure. And I think Dagey thought the same thing, and then they kind of backed out of it. And that kind of allowed him to have some misreads there. But he did the smart thing. He just got down, put him in a position to score some points.
Well, now a 29-yard field goal attempt for Ryan Buston. From 29, it's good. Baylor able to hold Texas Tech to just a field goal. 24-14 Red Raiders. Fox College Football is sponsored by the all-new 2013 Ford Escape. It's what happens when you go further. By the Samsung Galaxy S3, the next big thing is here. And by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company. Happy Thanksgiving from J.P. Morgan Chase & Company. And happy Thanksgiving from all of us as well. Time for our K Jewelers headlines. Washington State upsets Washington to win the Apple Cup. Nebraska will take on Wisconsin next Saturday in the Big Ten Championship. And, of course, a huge game coming up tonight as Notre Dame tries to finish this regular season undefeated against USC. Taking it at the 7 is Darius Jones. Jones up the middle, dives forward to the 24-yard line. And speaking of Notre Dame, Darius Walker, an All-American running back at Notre Dame. Darius, what are your thoughts on this game? USC playing without Matt Barkley.
Well, that's going to be definitely tough when you look at redshirt freshman and Max Whittick and Crouch. You know, starting as a redshirt freshman, it's tough. You don't have that experience, and you get into a big game like that, a lot of stuff can happen. So that'll be interesting to see. I sure hope the Domers take it this one, but it should be a tough test against a talented USC team.
Whittick, you know, if you're a freshman quarterback coming in, a young guy, and you've got Manti Te'o standing over you, I think that's a pretty big thing to try to get by, that's for sure.
Chris Yankee was helped off the field. A safety for Texas Tech. It'll be Baylor ball here from the 24-yard line. Blake Seastrong starts here in the backfield to open up the second half for Baylor. Florence on first down. The handoff is to Seastrong. And Seastrong up the middle picks up a couple of yards. Time for a game break. Let's check in with Patrick O'Neill.
All right, Justin, we're going to stick with the Big 12. Oklahoma State at Oklahoma. Sooners quarterback Landry Jones dumps it off to Trey Millard for the touchdown. First one of the day for Oklahoma. 17-10. Justin and Eric.
24-14 here. Texas Tech leading Baylor. Second down and 7. Seastrong again. Seastrong pulled from behind by Will Smith, broke free, able to pick up 3 yards.
And again, in the secondary, you see that they rotated their safeties down. They started with 2, and then they rotated down to bring an extra man in that box. They know that Seastrong can really run the football, so they want to put an extra man in there to try to stop that running game.
3rd and 4. Glasco Martin is now in at tailback. Florence looking to pass, scrambling. Throws on the back foot, and that's incomplete. The pressure applied by Dartwan Bush.
And Nick Florence is a little frustrated right there. Where's his outlet receiver is what he's saying. And there was no outlet right there. The receiver knew that he was flushing. He's got to come back to the ball, give him an opportunity to catch it, and keep continuing this drive alive.
Well, it was bound to happen at some point, right? Our first 3 and out of the ball game. Spencer Roth is on to punt for Baylor. Austin Zuzalik is back at his own 20. Zuzalik with a fair catch. and he makes it at the 30-yard line. So a 41-yard punt by Spencer Raw. Texas Tech looking to move to 8-4 on the season and finish over 500 in conference play. Leads 5-5 Baylor 24-14. First and 10 here for Texas Tech from the 30. Empty backfield for Dagey. Audible at the line. Dagey, quarterback draw. And Dagey gets wrapped up by Chris McAllister. Seth Dagey does not like Chris McAllister today.
No, not today. He's been in his face all day, and I tell you what, that's exactly what this Baylor defense needs to do. They need to continue to put the pressure on Seth Dagey, keep him off balance on those throws, and when he decides to run the ball, they need to punish him.
Big numbers for Dagey. Florence, not bad himself. Hand off to Foster, trying to get to the outside. Great containment by Baylor's defense. McAllister there again with Ahmad Dixon, a loss of 4 on the play.
If you see the Baylor Bears, they're beating him to the step on that defensive line. Once the ball is snapped, the Baylor defense is in the backfield already. 2 or 3 guys right there. And you saw 95 Blackshear, the one that got in there first.
So 3rd and 14 now here for Texas Tech. And is it possible? Could we have back-to-back 3-and-outs?
If I was a betting man, I wouldn't put my odds on it.
Dagey, the quick pass. It's to Eric Ward. And good thing you're not a betting man.
That's right. Would have lost that one, wouldn't I?
Yeah. A 6-yard completion. Mike Hicks and Joe Williams combined for the stop. Williams had gone down earlier with the injury, so it's good to see him back out there. The Baylor offense cheering on the defense. Watching the big screen. Yes, that big screen is mesmerizing here at Cowboy Stadium. The first punt of the day for Texas Tech. Ryan Erks-Laban. Levi Norwood standing at his own 25. Norwood with a fair catch, made it the 32-yard line. A 35-yard punt, 24-14. It's a 10-point game here in the 3rd quarter. (24-14), Texas Tech leading Baylor here at Cowboy Stadium in the 3rd quarter. The UPS Team Performance Index is a statistical measure that looks at the efficiency of a team's offense, defense, special teams, and miscues to define their competitive advantage. Check out this week's rankings to see that Kansas State is at the top of the UPS Performance Index. A look at the logistics behind a winning team. Of course, Kansas State, though, coming off the loss against these Baylor Bears. And Nick Florence back in at quarterback in the shotgun, empty backfield as Seastrunk goes in motion. Florence pressured, escapes it, running up the middle, and then he gets met by Cody Davis and driven backwards, but not before he picks up 6.
Well, this is another smart decision here by Nick Florence. He sees that the coverage is pretty stiff right there. There's nobody open, and he decides to run the ball. This gives the opportunity now for the offense to run another play.
2nd down and 4. Taking some time getting this play in. Hand off to Seastrunk, and Seastrunk was nearly stopped in the backfield, able to dive forward, pick up a yard. Sam McGuavin with the tackle.
What a nice play there by Sam McGuavin, excuse me, coming in and making that tackle.
3rd and 3, empty backfield. Florence quickly gets rid of it. Completes to Tevin Reese, and Reese has the 1st down. Nick Florence, or Florence and the Machine. I love that headline. Look at what he has done at Baylor. And again, this is essentially in 1 year.
Yeah, it's just astonishing what he's been able to do. And he keeps his offense on the field, and they put up points.
This time it gets batted down at the line by Brandon Jackson. A 6'4", 250-pound redshirt freshman from McKeesport, Pennsylvania.
Well, Brandon Jackson right here just kind of watched the eyes of Nick Florence, and when he went up to throw that ball, he just put that big paw out there and stopped it.
2nd down and 10. Play action, Florence on the sideline, and that is caught by Terrence Williams for a 9-yard completion.
And when you know what Terrence Williams can do to you deep, you give him a big cushion, and that's why he's able to catch those 10-yard passes underneath, and no one's over the top.
Seastrunk on 3rd and 1 has the 1st down, and Seastrunk looks like he gets up to the 40-yard line to pick up 6. Cornelius Douglas with the tackle.
And Seastrunk doing a good job here of getting involved and cutting and still driving. You see him using that forearm move that he has there to continue to keep running down the field.
1st and 10. I'm not accustomed to seeing this Baylor team take so much time on the play clock. Florence overthrows Terrence Williams. Time now for a game break. Let's go back out to Patrick O'Neill.
We're going to head over to Tallahassee, Florida State, 4-10. Many people thought Florida State might win this one, but the Gators up to a 13-0 lead. Mike Gillisley, 9 yards. So Florida very much in that national title hunt. Back to you guys.
Florence again going deep, has 2 receivers. It's Williams who holds it in. There is a flag on the play. Williams is marked down at the 4. A 36-yard completion. Let's see what this flag is for.
Offsides. Defense. Cones decline. Zone play. 1st down.
Wesley, he's one right there, number 96. He jumps offside. So Nick Florence, he knows this is a free play. So he just goes ahead and he puts that ball up there. Again, the defensive backs of Texas Tech letting Terrence Williams get behind him. That's the way they're making these deep catches.
Terrence Williams slow to get up, but he has 134 yards today on 5 catches. 1st and goal here for Baylor from the 4. That is the 7th Baylor play of at least 30 yards in this game. Again, Baylor trying to become bowl eligible. On 1st and goal, it's Martin up the middle. No, it's kept by Florence. Touchdown! What a fake!
What you see here is that mesh. That mesh work between the quarterback and the running back. In Glasgow,
they actually fumbled it.
Thought that Nick Florence had pulled the ball, and Nick was going to give it. But he did a heads-up play there by finding the ball quickly. Nice little spin move he put on to get back in the end zone.
A 4-yard touchdown run. Aaron Jones on for the extra point. And it's now a 3-point ball game. A fortuitous bounce for Baylor. It wasn't a fake, it was a fumble. And it's a 4-yard touchdown by Florence. Now that's a trick play. Nearly a very dangerous and costly mistake by Baylor turns into a touchdown as Nick Florence runs it in from 4 yards out and makes this a 3-point game. Nick Florence trying for his 2nd consecutive victory as a quarterback over Texas Tech. And you may be saying, huh? How is that possible? Because RG3 was the quarterback last year. We'll have more on that in a second. Aaron Jones to kick off now for the Bears. A short kick. Jakeem Grant taken at the 4. Grant has a hole. Grant at midfield, down the sideline. Jones closing in. Grant breaks free, touchdown. .97 yards by Jakeem Grant.
That was a display of just raw speed. I mean, he didn't make one cut. Amazing play there. Picked up some very good blocks. Was able to use his burst of speed to just outrun the kicker. Last guy that he needed to outrun for the touchdown.
Ryan Buston on for the extra point. 31-21. That didn't take too long. 97 yards for Jakeem Grant. How quickly things can change. It was a 3-point game, then a blink of an eye. Jakeem Grant returns the kickoff, 97 yards for the touchdown.
And Justin, right when you think that we got a game on our hands here, Baylor came a knocking, Texas Tech comes knocking right back in the special teams game. Grant outrunning the kicker, picking up a few early blocks to use his speed to get himself to the end zone. That was a huge play and a gain of momentum here in the third quarter.
Let's see now what Baylor can do as an answer. Impressive. That's the first return of a touchdown in 10 years for Texas Tech. Fife's kickoff. Taken at the 1 by Goodley. Goodley up the middle with a burst of speed, and Goodley out beyond the 40. And he's going to be marked down at the 44-yard line. College football's biggest championship games return to Fox. Friday, it's the Pac-12 championship live in prime time as the 17th-ranked UCLA Bruins take on either Oregon or Stanford. Then next Saturday, it's the Big Ten championship as 14th-ranked Nebraska battles Wisconsin. The Pac-12 and Big Ten championships only on Fox. Oregon leads Oregon State 20-17 right now in the Civil War, as Nick Florence is back in at quarterback. On first down, the handoff is to Seastrunk. Picks up a yard before he gets sent backwards. Kerry Hyder with his 5th tackle of the game.
We talked about earlier in this game, the key for Texas Tech's defense was to stop this running game, so they have to be physical. When they got a chance to tackle, they need to make those tackles and make those big plays at the line of scrimmage.
Florence comes near side, completes to Sampson, and Sampson has the first down, marked down at the 44-yard line. For more on Nick Florence, let's check back in with Darius Walker.
Yeah, guys, so, you know, we talk about leaders, and Nick Florence might be the epitome of one, because last year he gave up his red shirt season, sacrificed his whole season just for a half of football. RG3 went out with a concussion. Nick Florence stepped in. And you already said it, Justin. It was against the Red Raiders last year. He stepped in and led his team to a victory. So Nick Florence, definitely the epitome of being a leader and sacrifice, which I'm sure Eric Crouch knows about.
Yeah, Darius, I mean, you said it best. I mean, it was a selfless thing to do. You know, when your coaches come to you and ask you if you're ready to do something, you know, you give yourself to the team. And that's the type of player that he's become. He is this year a team player, and everybody knows that.
Florence, pressure, scrambles up the middle. He gets tackled by Dartwan Bush. Picks up a yard. You think about that game last year for Florence coming in when RG3 went out with a concussion. There are the numbers. Led that team to the first victory over Texas Tech in 15 years. Now 3rd and 9. The Red Raider fans on their feet. Florence looking over the sideline for the play.
See a lot of cushion out here with these 3 receivers to the right-hand side.
Empty backfield. Florence wide open on the sideline is Antoine Goodley for the first down.
And obviously, they don't want to give up the big play at all. And Nick Florence knew it. All you have to do is look as a quarterback, and you got to see how much space they're giving your receivers. That corner's 10 yards off. That player to him is wide open, and Goodley takes that ball, gets the first down, and gets out of bounds.
1st and 10. Handoff. Seastrunk. Seastrunk gets pulled down by Kerry Hyder.
Kerry Hyder right there. He makes a big tackle, because if he doesn't, there's a chance for Blake Seastrunk to take that ball to the end zone.
2nd and 7. Florence to the end zone. Sampson got it. Touchdown. Lanier Sampson with a 27-yard touchdown catch on the pass from Florence.
Nick Florence knew it. He knew he had one-on-one on the outside. He puts the ball high and to the outside and lets Sampson use his athletic ability to get up there and grab that football. Again, Texas Tech cannot allow the receivers to get behind them.
Aaron Jones on for the extra point, trying to make it a 3-point game again. That scoring drive was 57 yards. They did it in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's a close one, a shootout here in Dallas. Well, don't blink. You may miss a score. You may miss a commercial. 31-28 here in the 3rd quarter as Baylor trails Texas Tech. Lanier Sampson able to go up over Eugene Nebo for that touchdown catch.
Well, Justin, you really have to credit what Baylor did right there. I mean, the wind was out of their sails after that kickoff return for a touchdown, and Baylor answers right back saying, we're not giving up.
Aaron Jones will kick off. Jakeem Grant, Eric Stevens back deep. Grant, just a couple of minutes ago, had that return of 97 yards for the touchdown.
Maybe they won't kick it to him this time.
They're going to go short. A fair catch called and made for at the 34-yard line. You talk about the leadership of Nick Florence. He led that scoring drive through a beautiful pass to Lanier Sampson. And that was after it was all set up by Antoine Goodley's big return following the return of Jakeem Grant.
But you got to like what Baylor does offensively. They really lure you in with the running game, and they got Seastrunk that can make a big play and get in the outside. Then you got receivers like Williams and Sampson, and Reese, the speed guy, that can make plays all over.
Seth Daggy on 1st down. Swings it out to his tailback, Williams. Throws high, incomplete.
Now, this may look like a bad throw and a bad decision, but he just saved his running back's life right there. Because if he puts that out in front of him, he takes a heck of a shot.
How much are you thinking about that when you're the quarterback?
Well, I mean, you're also, a big hit can cause a fumble. I mean, you're trying to think about smart ways to get your receiver the ball, and you try to throw it a little bit on the back shoulder, which is really a tough catch for any running back to make.
Hand off to Williams. And Williams, with that burst of speed, let's see where they mark him down. Very close to that 1st down marker. Looks like he'll be just a little bit shot. Third and about 1 coming up. Seth Daggy comes out. They're going in the Wildcat formation as Eric Stevens will take over as the quarterback. Stevens keeps it up the middle, has the 1st down. Eddie Lackey with his 4th tackle of the game.
You know, it's probably a dead giveaway that they're running the ball. They take Seth Daggy out. You know, they don't leave him in. Whereas a lot of times in Wildcat, you will see teams that leave their quarterback in on plays, so they maybe can get him a double pass or something.
Well, Daggy's back in the shotgun with Kenny Williams as his tailback. Daggy steps up into the throw, completes the pass to Eric Ward. A 9-yard completion, 2nd and 1 coming up. Joe Williams with a tackle.
And I really like what Daggy did right there. He kept his eyes out there, and he saw that that linebacker was coming from the outside. He just waited till his receiver turned into the open field to make the completion.
Daggy looks towards the sidelines. Coming up on 30 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter. Play clock at 5. Daggy, the quick pass to Darren Moore, who slipped, and that's going to be a loss on the play, a loss of 2. So 3rd and 3 is now coming up.
Well, they were really hoping to get a good block and a nice throw, and when you're throwing that long throw to the outside, that's exactly what you have to have.
And that will be the last play of this 3rd quarter. It's an exciting game, a 3-point game as we go to the 4th. Fox College Football is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Back here at Cowboy Stadium, a 3-point game as we go to the 4th quarter. 948 total yards of offense between these two. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch. Eric, what can we expect for this 4th quarter?
Well, I think we're seeing it, what we've seen all game offensively. I think you're going to get a shootout, hence the name of this game. So both teams offensively. Now in the 2nd half, Texas Tech hasn't done a whole lot. So this drive, we'll see if they can put something together.
Daggy scrambling around, buying time, pressured, gets rid of it, picked off. Eddie Lackey down the other way. He's going to go to the house, and Baylor has its first lead of the game. "55-yard pick 6 for Eddie Lackey.
See the replay right here.
Terrence Lloyd applied that pressure.
Did a great job of just following the eyes of Seth Daggy. What a turn of events you got here. The first lead of the game for Baylor. 3 turnovers now for Texas Tech. And that 6th win is right in their minds.
Aaron Jones converts the extra points. Look at the sideline, the bench, they're pumped up watching the big screen. Baylor now leads by 4. Fox College Football is sponsored by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the perfect combination of chocolate and peanut butter. By the new Droid Razor M by Motorola. And by Nissan, innovation that excites. A turn of events here at Cowboy Stadium as Eddie Lackey picks off Seth Daggy, returns it 55 yards, and disbelief for Texas Tech.
And we talked about earlier in the broadcast about Seth Daggy making smart decisions. That was one right there that he wishes he had back. Not the smart decision to throw it late and across the middle of the field.
Aaron Jones to kick off. Again, they go with a short kick. Fair catch called for at the 27-yard line. Time for a game break. Here's Patrick O'Neill.
Thank you, Justin. Gotta love Big 12 football. Got another shootout. Oak State, Oklahoma. Whoa, that's why you keep your eye on the ball. Landry Jones, Kenny Stills showing the concentration. Tied at 24. They just went to the half. Justin and Eric.
Bedlam there in the state of Oklahoma, here in the state of Texas, the 4th annual Texas Farm Bureau Shootout, and it truly is a shootout. But how about Texas Tech? Can they get back on target with their offense? The last 6 possessions, 3 turnovers. They had 3 touchdowns on their first 3 drives of the game. On first down, little pass to Jakeem Grants. And Grant's able to get 2 yards. Tackled by Bo Blackshear. What's been the difference here with Texas Tech? Has it been Baylor making adjustments defensively?
Well, I think so. And, you know, one thing that I'm thinking about, we talked to the coaches, and you wonder right now if Seth Dagey is trying to put too much pressure on himself. They said if he plays well, this team does well. And right there is that perfect example. If he doesn't, the team doesn't do well either.
Dagey trying to find his receiver, Grant, and there comes the flag. Ahmad Dixon was all over Jakeem Grant.
Pass interference, defense, number 17. Comes the first down spot.
We think it was 26, Ahmad Dixon.
Ahmad Dixon's right here on your screen. He's covering that slot. He got his hands on the jersey. He held him even before that. He's wearing number 26 in honor of Rodney Chadwick, who was hurt earlier in the year.
On first down, the handoff to Williams, breaks it down the sideline. Williams gets caught from behind by Bryce Hager. A 39-yard run by Kenny Williams.
Kenny Williams picking up some good blocks, just sealing the linebackers. And then you see Hagar coming down and running him down from the other side of the field, which says a lot about his aggressiveness and speed to the ball. But a great run by Williams there to get Texas Tech in a good position to score.
Red zone opportunity here for the Red Raiders. Handoff. It's Williams again, just launching himself forward to pick up 2 yards. Sam Hall on the tackle. And Hall's got 7 stops on the game, and we've got a player down. It's Terry McDaniel. 6'7", 330-pound senior. Tommy Tuberville looking on as his team trails for the first time in this game. Fox College football continues next as 8th-ranked Stanford tries to clinch the Pac-12 North as they battle 17th-ranked UCLA. A possible preview of the Pac-12 championship. Coverage of Fox College football continues next right here on Fox. But here is Texas Tech trying to answer the touchdown of Baylor, which was a 55-yard interception return. 2nd and 8. Dagey throws over the middle, completes to Moore, who got hit hard by Eddie Lackey. A 1-yard completion, 3rd and 7 coming up.
Eddie Lackey all over the field right now with that pick 6 and now making some big hits in the running game, and you see him stop that screen right there. He's feeling it. He's in the zone.
Sadale Foster in the backfield. Dagey to the end zone, lobs it, touchdown! Darren Moore again.
This has kind of been the tale of the story today with the defenses, letting the receivers get behind you. You can see Darren Moore works him inside. That buys him a little bit of space on the outside. And Chance Casey falls down in the coverage, allowing Darren Moore to make that catch.
Phil Bennett, the defensive coordinator, frustrated to say the least. Buston on for the extra point. Back and forth we go. 38-35. Kenny Williams got things going. The long run down the sideline. And then Darren Moore had the touchdown catch. 38-35 Texas Tech. 38-35, a three-point ball game with 12:24 to go here in the fourth. And let's take a look at that touchdown.
Yeah, look at the front line. A little bit of confusion. And you see the safety that's circled right here. He gets held in a little bit, allowing Darren Moore to get outside and create a one-on-one matchup where he won.
Kramer Fife will kick off here for Texas Tech. Darius Jones, Antoine Goodley are back, standing at their own 10-yard lines. And that one will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Baylor will start at the 25. Well, Mr. Crouch, time now for our last Nissan Heisman watch. It's getting down to the wire. Who do you have?
It sure is. And I promised that I didn't talk with RG3 beforehand. He said the same exact names that we have up here. And Johnny Manziel breaking onto the list after that big win against Alabama. Colin Klein falling a little bit with his performance against Baylor last week. But I tell you what, Darius, Manti Te'o made the list this week. And if he can dominate this game against USC tomorrow with an interception, a forced fumble, something, I think he's going to get a lot of attention.
1st and 10 here for Baylor. Florence in the shotgun. Seastrunk to his left. Fumble the snap. Florence picks it up and wisely throws it away. So it moves to 2nd down and 10. Darius, what are your thoughts on Manti Te'o?
Well, of course, I like Manti, and I think he's doing the right things, and his team is doing the right things. But the Heisman race is always interesting at this time of the year. You know, you got teams that go down late, guys lose, problems happen, and one loss can really affect so much in the outcome in terms of the Heisman.
You really think
Florence for Williams?
As we see a big play here from Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams continues his big day, 37-yard completion.
And there's still a lot of fight right now in these Baylor Bears. Terrence Williams running that post route and getting a perfect pass right there from Nick Florence. He knew the safety was out of the picture.
Florence keeps on the zone read. Tried to get to the outside, but tackled with an open field tackle by Trey Porter. With that last catch by Terrence Williams, he is now at 171 yards on the day. He has set the single season record for Baylor. He was 145 yards shy of Kendall Wright's record coming into this game. He's now at 171. Congratulations to Terrence Williams, one of the 3 finalists for the Biletnikoff Award. 2nd and 9. Florence. Again, going up, and that is incomplete. Lanier Sampson was there, Eugene Nebo on the coverage.
And Nick Florence thought he had a touchdown because Eugene Nebo was beat for about 3 yards. And if you can see, he gets his right hand in there and just blocks the ball at the last second. Surprised maybe he didn't get an interference call.
3rd and 10. Empty backfield here for Baylor. Florence dancing around. Florence gets ripped out, but there's the flag for the face mask. Pete Robertson, that's going to be his 2nd face mask of the game.
I got to respect how quick he bounced up after that hit.
Number 10.
He absolutely gets thrown right into the ground.
He almost lost his helmet. That was vicious.
I've been around a few calls where they didn't call face masks. I'm glad to see that get called.
Flashbacks to Kansas State.
Still waiting for a flag.
So it's 1st and 10 after the penalty. Handoff to Glasco Martin up the middle. And Martin gets a couple of yards, tackled by Blake Dees.
But right when Texas Tech had an opportunity to get the ball back or make a stop, I mean, they probably could have tried to go for it. but they create an errant penalty that gives Baylor another opportunity.
Under 10.5 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Middle of the field is open. Let's see if he takes advantage of it.
Florence rolling out to his right. Throws low on purpose. Was looking for Tevin Reese. The pressure applied by Dartwan Bush.
And that's another smart play by Nick Florence. Get on the outside, giving his team another opportunity here to take the lead back that they so badly want to get this 6th win.
And if nothing else, keep yourself right now in field goal range. It's a 3-point game. Listen to this crowd.
I know they got to be thinking touchdowns right now. Field goal kickers missed 2 field goals today.
Florence comes to Reese. Reese dives. Where do they mark him down? It will be a first down for Tevin Reese.
Does not surprise me that they get the ball to their speed guy, Tevin Reese. Get him the ball quickly. Let him get outside and make a play. Caught a good block there, too. That's probably what sprung him for that extra yard on this first down.
First and goal from the 9. Looking for Williams, looking for the flag, and there come a couple. Blake Dees was applying the pressure on Florence.
Pass interference on the defense, number 12. First down at the 2-yard line.
The fans are booing, but I don't know why.
He held his hand. He held his arm the whole entire time. Almost said hold his hand, but I think he had a little part of it.
So now it's first and goal from the 2. Low snap, handoff, Martin. Tell you what, that's a very, very good play that may go unrecognized by Nick Florence.
Yeah, it sure is. It's ball handling skills. It's the ability when you go to low snap, when you're expecting it to be right at your face mask, to make that quick adjustment athletically in the hand-eye control it takes to get down there low, pick it up, and continue through with your progressions and your reads. A very heads-up play, you're right.
It's a loss of 2 on the play, so it's second and goal now from the 4. 5 wide receivers in. Goodley in motion.
All one-on-one situations here.
Looking for Williams. Williams back in the end zone. Touchdown. It's a touchdown on the field. The question is, did he have possession going out?
Terrence Williams over Douglas. Great throw to the corner of the pylon, just how you teach it. On a fade route, he saw he had one-on-one matchups and went after it.
And Jones with the extra point, and we have another lead change here at Cowboy Stadium. 42-38. What a ball game. Baylor leads Texas Tech now 42-38. Terrence Williams with another touchdown. And how did he get free on this?
Right here, you'll see Terrence Williams. He's taught to just give a little shimmy and then get to the corner of the end zone. So watch him here. He takes his little step in, gets the separation he needs, and gets a perfect pass from his quarterback, Seth Daggy.
Nick Florence, the quarterback on that one.
That's right. Excuse me. His
Both guys are throwing so much, you get confused.
What a perfect pass by Nick Florence.
Aaron Jones has gone short with his kicks the last couple of times, goes short again, taken at the 27 by Eric Stevens. And Stevens gets thrown to the ground at the 36-yard line by Brody Trahan. We'd like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world, watching today in 175 countries on AFN, the American Forces Network. Thank you for all you do. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Here comes Seth Dagey and Texas Tech, trailing by 4. Dagey on first down. The play action pass to Ward. Ward breaks a couple of tackles. Gets across the 40. Sam Hall finally there for the tackle, his 8th tackle of the game, but a 23-yard completion to Eric Ward.
Chance Casey, yes, put a lot of pressure on him as the corner out there, trying to cover 2 receivers.
Jakeem Grant in motion. Dagey stepping up to run. Dagey has the first down and gets hammered by Eddie Lackey. A 14-yard run.
Another heads-up play by Seth Dagey. Sees that he doesn't have what he wants right away. He's looking for that post, but good coverage on the inside, and just uses his speed to outrun the linebackers and pick up that first down.
The son of a high school coach. His dad was his coach growing up. His dad now a principal, but he's got a brother who's in 8th grade, and his dad may go back into coaching the coach's brother.
And we asked him how tall he was, and his hand went over his head.
And by the way, he too is a quarterback. Dagey with the audible.
A lot of room out here. Check this out.
Handoff to Williams. And Williams gets tackled by Terrence Lloyd. A 6-yard run by Kenny Williams. Second down and 4 coming up. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker. Tommy Tuberville, his team 7-4, got off to a 6-1 start. They've been decimated by injuries. They were embarrassed last week at Oklahoma State, 59-21. Dagey over the middle, completes the pass to Darren Moore. A 12-yard completion, another first down.
Darren Moore on the outside. This is an in route. He just stuck it with speed. That's how he was able to get open. It was a speed cut. Looked like for a second there that ball was down between his ankles.
It's first and goal from the 8 here for Texas Tech. Handoff, Williams. And Williams tries to fall forward, marked down to 6. Tackled by Chris McAllister, his 5th tackle of the game. You almost get the sense that the team that has the ball last will be the team that wins this game.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. As much back and forth as we've seen, and you might want to try to burn the clock out, just not their styles.
Second and goal. Dagey, corner of the end zone. It's Moore again. Touchdown.
Well, what they've exploited here is a mismatch. Chance Casey, 5'11", Darren Moore, 6'4". They've been after him all day, and that's exactly what they did there. That was predetermined. That was a fade route. They knew they were going to give Darren Moore another chance to get up high and catch that pass for a touchdown.
Ryan Buston's extra point. Our 4th lead change of the 4th quarter, and we still have 6:19 to go. Darren Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the day. 3-point game. Texas Tech back on top. Fox College Football is sponsored by Kay Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with Kay. Aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. From high above Cowboy Stadium here in Arlington, Texas. What a game, as Texas Tech has answered back with a 63-yard drive, 6 plays, just under 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And they now lead by 3. Kramer Fife will kick off. Goodley from the 1. Antoine Goodley trying to get to the sideline, gets tripped up as he flies across the 30. How about the touchdown by Darren Moore?
Yeah, Darren Moore, again, he gives that little shake right there, and that's going to transfer the weight of the defensive back. But he didn't bite on it. It was good coverage. Maybe got there a little bit early, but there was a definite mismatch in the size, and you can see there that Moore, 6'4", again, against a guy that's 5'11", there's a definite height advantage.
How does Baylor answer? 1st and 10 from the 30. Goodley was late to come in from the sideline. Play clock is down to 5. Handoff, Seastrunk. Lake Seastrunk gets spun around by DJ Johnson. A pickup of 8 on 1st down.
Well, if you average this out, we could possibly have 3, maybe 4 more touchdowns left in this game.
It's Seastrunk again, and Seastrunk gets stuffed. Kerry Hyder again. His 7th tackle of the game, a loss of 1. 3rd down coming up. The Red Raider fans rise to their feet once again.
Making some fresh substitutions here. A big play on 3rd down.
Lanier Sampson comes in. Tevin Reese is in. Glasco Martin in at tailback. And a timeout is taken here by Texas Tech. 3rd and 3 coming up in a 3-point game. Baylor with the ball. We got exactly what we were looking for in this ball game. A shootout in the Texas Farm Bureau Shootout, the 4th annual between Texas Tech and Baylor. A 3-point ball game. 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Bears. Florence going down the sideline, and it's caught by Lanier Sampson. With Eugene Nebo on the coverage, what a catch.
You see Lanier Sampson just taking off with speed. And all that Florence did here was he just trusted his receiver that he was going to make that catch. Almost a back shoulder throw, but not quite. Good coverage.
32-yard completion. Florence forced out of the pocket. And he's going to run out of bounds. Marked down at the 25-yard line, a 6-yard run.
Take another look at Lanier Sampson going up for this grab. Nebo kind of looking back, didn't know where the ball was. He's got to find the ball. He was too late to look back. And Sampson just uses his strength to haul the ball in at the last second.
2nd down and 4. Martin on the handoff. Martin with a 1st down. He gets hit. And is there a flag for a late hit? No. Blake Dees the tackle, a carry of 10 yards for Glasco Martin. First and 10 from the 16 for Baylor, trailing by 3 with 4.5 to go. Glasco Martin gets met in the backfield. Donnell Wesley, first there to make contact, a loss of 4 on the play.
Donnell Wesley making a great tackle here for a loss, but I tell you what, it's okay. This was 1st and 10. They can gamble with making a run play because they've got 3 other downs now to come in here and throw the football.
Jared Salubi racing in from the sideline. Empty backfield here on 2nd and 14. Salubi in motion. Florence, the quick drop, pass to Goodley. And Goodley with that 2nd effort barrels over a couple defenders. And let's see where they mark him down on this one.
And you can tell that they're fighting. They're fighting here. Goodley gets stopped and stood up, and then he's still fighting with leg drive. The leg drive might have been enough to pick up this first down. Now let's keep in mind, they're fighting for that 6th win and to keep this bowl eligible into the postseason.
It is a first down, 1st and goal from the 6 for Baylor. 3.5 to go. Handoff, Martin up the middle. And Martin gets a yard. There's Kerry Hyder again with a stop. Hyder's got 8 tackles on the day. RG3, he's not going anywhere. He was wearing a Redskins jersey on Thursday, got his Baylor stuff on today. Play action, Florence, corner of the end zone, overthrows an open Terrence Williams.
I almost think he was more trying to protect a bad throw. If you watch here, I think he was trying to get him on the post. But the last second, I don't think he made a good throw there. He had him wide open in the end zone, and RG3 saying, you know, there's one I wish he could take back.
3rd and goal. Florence on the slant, incomplete, looking for Tevin Reese. Eugene Nebo there on the coverage. And now with 2:52 to go, Baylor will have to turn to Aaron Jones to see if he can tie this game up. He's 0 for 2 on field goals. He's missed from 42. He's missed from 37. This one is just from 22.
And one thing you didn't see there is Nick Florence. He went up to his receiver, Tevin Reese, and he said, hey, that's my bad. I threw that ball behind you. That one's on me.
Well, now he's hoping Aaron Jones can pick him up. And the kick is good. So we are all tied up here at 45 with 2:48 to play.
You'd be given maybe clock management at this time, but hey, with 2 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock, that's nothing for these two teams.
Don't forget, coming up after the conclusion of this game, we'll have the AT&T Fox College Saturday postgame show. Oregon taking on Oregon State in the Civil War. A tango down in Florida between Florida and Florida State, and Alabama cruising as they are ranked number 2 in the country. That's coming up on the AT&T postgame show. But we've got ourselves a ball game here at Cowboy Stadium, 45-45. It's only fitting that here on the last day that our great crew is together, we have this awesome game.
I don't know how many times we've been able to predict outcomes this year, but we sure got this one right. We knew it was going to be a battle. We knew it was going to be a close game, and you know, we're getting everything that we asked for here in the 4th quarter.
Aaron Jones will kick off. Shaquem Grant, Eric Stevens are back deep. Again, Baylor has been kicking it short. And you can see the deep men, Grant and Stevens, are starting to creep up. Stevens from the 13. And Stevens gets wrapped up at the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Patrick O'Neill for a game break.
Well, Justin, more great college football action coming up on Fox. Stanford versus UCLA. The quarterbacks, Kevin Hogan and Brett Hundley. A must-win for Stanford. Can the Bruins keep them from the Pac-12 championship game? Find out on Fox. Justin and Eric, that should be a great one.
It really should be a great one. Hopefully it lives up to the billing just like this one has. But you think about the Stanford Cardinal, and Eric, I spoke to you, I spoke to Darius. I believe with Kevin Hogan as their quarterback, they're a top 4 team.
Well, they have, and we were fortunate enough to see him get his opportunity in Boulder and really take control of the game. And then after only his 2nd start, he beats Oregon.
Kenny Williams on first down with a carry. Gets hit by Mike Hicks after a 3-yard pickup. Today's game is produced by Jeff Gowan, directed by Mitch Riggin. Our technical director is Joel Blosser. Our technical manager is Matt Benedict. Max Leinwand, our associate director. Benji Lee, our broadcast associate. The presidents of Fox Sports, Eric Shanks and Randy Freer. 2nd down and 7. Dagey stepping up over the middle, throws incomplete for Eric Ward. So 3rd and 7 coming up. A big down here for Texas Tech.
And that's one of those plays you just need to make an easy throw and an easy catch. And the corner sat on it, and Ward broke inside. If he would have went outside, there was nobody back there.
Williams and Stevens. Excuse me, it's Stevens and Foster in the backfield. 3rd and 7. Foster motions out. Dagey throws, and his pass is complete. With forward progress, he has a 1st down with Darren Moore.
And Darren Moore just knows how to use his body. He's a big body. He's been going to him all day long. He just shielded off the defender to catch that pass.
Dagey drops it off. It's picked off. Eddie Lackey again. It was off of Terry McDaniel. The pass deflected off of the offensive lineman into the hands of Eddie Lackey.
And Dagey drops back here, throws the ball off McDaniel's shoulder. It hits him, and Lackey's right there for the interception. He's in the right place at the right time. It actually hit him in the helmet. If it doesn't hit him in the helmet, that ball is probably caught.
How about the day for Eddie Lackey? A fumble recovery, an interception for a touchdown, and now an interception here with 1:46 to go. Baylor keeping those bowl hopes alive. Kept by Florence up the middle. Terry McDaniel cannot believe it right now. What are the chances?
Well, the 4 turnovers definitely have killed Texas Tech today.
We came in asking, what does Baylor have to play for? What does Texas Tech have to play for? Baylor, it was clear. They're trying to become bowl eligible. They have one more game remaining. For the Texas Tech, it was all about redemption from last year and last week. Low snap. Florence has to dive on it. 1 minute to go, a loss of 7.
Two missed field goals on the day for Aaron Jones. 1 made, so maybe that confidence is back, but he's made 1 field goal. They probably got to get to at least the 25-yard line for them to feel comfortable.
From right here, it's a 53-yard field goal attempt. Baylor has
at least 10 more yards.
All 3 timeouts remaining. 3rd and 14. Florence, pressure, gets out of the pocket. Florence gets wrapped up. Tackled by Trey Porter, who loses his helmet. He'll have to come out for this next play. A 5-yard pickup. A timeout has been called with 10 seconds. In case you're joining us, this game has had a ton of offense. Seth Dagey ran in for the first touchdown. Kenny Williams had a touchdown. Glasco Martin, then we went to the air attack. Both quarterbacks airing it out in this game. Over 1,000 yards of offense. A fortuitous bounce for Baylor. A 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. An interception returned 55 yards for a touchdown. It has been quite a day here at Cowboy Stadium. The ball right now is marked at the 31-yard line. Aaron Jones is out there. It would be a 48-yard field goal attempt. He has missed from 42. He's missed from 37. He made from 22. His long on the season is 58. This is to make Baylor bowl eligible. And a timeout will be taken first by Texas Tech to try to ice the kicker. How about that? You see what Jones just did? Put up his hand saying it's good.
Maybe he's visualizing right there.
A lot of pressure right there on the kicker right now.
Time for today's Reese's Perfect Play. On a record-setting day for Terrence Williams, 7 catches, 175 yards, his lone touchdown of the day. What a job to bring that ball in. And now it's up to Aaron Jones. The final timeout taken here by Texas Tech. Aaron Jones last week against Kansas State made a 50-yarder. 2 weeks ago against Oklahoma made the 58-yarder. This one would send Baylor to a bowl game. 48 yards. If he misses, we're going to overtime. The kick is up. And it's no good.
Wow, it looked good from up here.
Unbelievable. Just missing. Wow. We've got ourselves overtime here at Cowboy Stadium. Does the momentum now swing to Texas Tech? Tommy Tuberville, after that missed field goal, addressed his team moments ago to get set for overtime. We'll have the coin toss here.
OT, guys. Baylor going to call it. Offense, defense, side of the field. So what do you want? What's your call?
Defense.
No, you need to call your flip.
Oh, heads.
Heads? Heads.
Heads.
Called heads. No. Tails it is. Defense, what side of the field do you want to play? You want to play that side? Turn it around. You're on defense.
All right, so there you have it. Here now are the overtime rules. All of you college football fans out there are very familiar with this. Each team will get one possession from the opponent 25-yard line per overtime until the winner is decided. You must go for a 2-point conversion starting with the third overtime.
You go back to saying about the momentum right now. It's definitely on Texas Tech's side. They get the coin toss. They get the missed field goal there. Now they're back in it.
You just saw a shot of Aaron Jones, the kicker, who's 1 for 4 on the day. He missed from 42, 37. He made from 22. Then he just missed from 48 for the potential game winner. Texas Tech is in this game right now despite having 4 turnovers. Look at the total yards of offense.
Just 649 for Baylor and 552 for Texas Tech. I mean, just another day on the football field.
It's your typical Saturday.
That's right.
Baylor to start with the ball from the 25. Glasco Martin in the backfield. Goodley in motion. It's kept by Florence. And Florence with a strong run on first down, picks up 8, sets up 2nd and 2. Sam Aguavin with the tackle.
Well, it's definitely the right read by Florence. I mean, he had a guy that was taking the running back and making a good decision like that, picking up 8 yards. Smart play with the first play of overtime.
This is the first overtime game of the year for Baylor. Handoff. Martin has the first down. And Martin gets tackled by Aguavin again. For Texas Tech, they've played 2 overtime games, are 2-0. They won in triple OT against TCU. They won in double OT against Kansas. First and 10 from the 13. Baylor at 5-5, trying to become bowl eligible for the 3rd straight year. That'd be the first time in school history. Handoff. Martin cuts it back. Glasco Martin gets pulled down from behind. But it looks like he's going to have the first down.
And the way that they're running the football, you can expect them to do it again here, probably on this next play. Glasco Martin just taking the ball quickly, using his speed, and getting to the end, close to the end zone.
It is actually 2nd down in inches. Martin again. Martin with the effort. Can he get in? He does. Touchdown. With some help from his friends.
Glasco Martin pretty much doing it all on this drive here. And you see him put his head down, lower his shoulder. And then there's 71 and 18. Niver getting a little bit of help to get across that goal line.
Aaron Jones now on for the extra point. (52-45). Baylor strikes with a touchdown on their first attempt here in overtime. And now it'll be Texas Tech's turn.
We talked about the momentum, and I thought Texas Tech had it, but now I don't. You know, I really think that Baylor has the opportunity now, and I think they're gonna, you know, they put Texas Tech in a really tough position, coming out and scoring a touchdown, not a field goal.
Don't forget, coming up next, we've got another great matchup from the Pac-12 as Stanford will take on UCLA. If Stanford wins, they will go to the Pac-12 championship. That game is coming up after us right here on Fox. Dagey in the shotgun. On first down, play action. Dagey. Flag is thrown. Another flag is thrown. The pass is complete to Foster. Back at the 29, a loss of 4 on the play. But let's see what these flags are. It looks like it's holding against Texas Tech. What do you do here? Do you do 1st and 20 or 2nd and 14?
Holding. Offense. Number 68. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
You'll see it right here. He's got the hold. McDaniel, Terry McDaniel, number 68, on Chris McAllister. And Chris McAllister's been that guy that's been physical all day long. He's been all over the field.
And Terry McDaniel was the tackle who had the ball bounce off of him. That led to the 2nd interception for Eddie Lackey. So it's 1st and 20. Quick pass. Was the knee down of Darren Moore? They say no. Eddie Lackey with the stop, a pickup of 5.
We'll get another look at it here to see if his knee actually was down, but Seth Dagey, he caught the ball. And I think maybe he was on his way up, and that's what the referee saw.
2nd down and 15. And it looks like this play will be reviewed.
And it's a tough position for the defensive backs of Baylor, because if they give them too much cushion, they're just going to drive right down the field. If they get in their face, they got to be careful because the receivers have been behind them all day.
Again, the question is, was Darren Moore's knee down when he made that catch?
Well, I think he makes the catch, but I think they call him down.
The replay official is Jim Blackwood. The ball hit the ground there. This is going to be an incomplete pass. So now we're going to have 2nd and 20.
After further review, the pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and a 35.
All right, we're joined now by Mike Pereira. Mike, what did you see? Did they get this play right?
They got that play right because he didn't possess the ball first before the ball hit the ground. He really possessed it at the same time, and that means that the ground helped you to make the catch. So therefore, that's the right call to overturn it, the incomplete pass.
So they get it right here at Cowboy Stadium. And now it's 2nd down and 20. They need a touchdown. Daggy going up high. It's incomplete. Was looking for Eric Ward. 3rd and 20 coming up.
And I think Daggy makes the right decision right there. He just threw a ball that was a little bit too high. But he was cautious because there was an underneath coverage player sitting right there, so he didn't want to throw an interception.
Eric, I've asked this question before. Right now, do you try to get all 20 yards, or do you try to get a chunk because you got to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, I think the best way to go about this is get a chunk, put yourself in a better situation for the next 4th down play.
Daggy over the middle, completes the pass to Austin Zuzalek. A 15-yard completion, so now 4th and 5. This is the game right here. A timeout will be taken by Texas Tech.
Daggy making a really nice throw over the middle to Zuzalek. Comes down with that pass, and he was kind of looking right for that 1st down marker, but well short of it.
Texas Tech 7-4 on the season, 4-4 in conference play. They're going to a bowl. They're trying to get to 5-4 in conference play. Would be over 500 for the first time since '09. Baylor, if they can hold on for this victory, will be bowl eligible for the 3rd straight year, which would be a first in school history. Robert Griffin III has not left the sidelines, been a cheerleader, been a coach of sorts down there.
And gave us his Heisman predictions. Although I don't blame him for not giving his ballot. It took me about 5 years to open up with that.
Seth Daggy on 4th and 5. Daggy passing, and it's incomplete. No flag. Baylor wins.
Seth Daggy's 1-2-3 to get rid of it. And just tremendous coverage over the top by Joe Williams. Break up that ball.
RG3 loves it. His Bears win it in overtime, 52-45, and the Baylor Bears, they are going bowling. Coming up after the break, we'll join Aaron Andrews, Joey Harrington, and Eddie George for the AT&T Fox College Saturday postgame show.